the full DuPont identity. By the way, this is called DuPont identity because it was first employed in the firm DuPont. It says ROE equals profit margin times TAT times EM, or ROA equals PM times TAT. Okay. Again, remember, ROA is net income over total assets. I'm going to multiply that by 1, but not just any one. Sales over sales. If you rearrange it, net income over sales times sales over total assets. This first one, we just defined it to be PM, profit margin. The second one, we talked about it last week. That is the total asset turnover. What DuPont identity basically says, there are 3 different drivers of return on equity. The first one is profit margin. How much money do you make per unit of revenue, per dollar of revenue? The second one says how efficient you are in turning over your assets and converting them to sales. And the third one is leverage. So this is how much money are you able to keep out of each dollar of sales after all expenses and taxes and stuff. The second one is how efficient are you in using your assets to generate sales. And the third one is using other people's money. That's what leverage is. I mean, I'm buying $2 worth of stuff, but I'm using $1 of my own money, $1 of your money, but I get to keep all the profits. I just pay you a little bit of interest. That's what leverage is. That's what banks do for a living. And for most banks, EM is typically anywhere from 5 to 10. They're in the business of making money from other people's money. Okay. Now, in terms of, we will do problems in the second half. Growth ratios. These are maximum growth rates achievable provided ROA and or ROE stay the same using specific type of resources or finance. The first one is called internal growth rate. Maximum growth rates that can be achieved without using any additional external resources. Using only internal resources, let's call it. Basically, you're not going to borrow any money. you're gonna only use whatever profits you made and whatever you got to keep.
When you take without out of that sentence,
Huh?
the word without, you changed it from external to internal, but kept without.
Oh, well, thank you. And we're gonna call this IGR. That's ROA times, I'm gonna call this B divided by 1 minus ROI times B, where B is the so-called retention ratio, or 1 minus dividend payout ratio, which is simply how many cents of dividends do you pay out of each dollar of net income. Cash dividends divided by net income. Sustainable growth rate equals maximum growth rate achievable provided you get to keep the same debt equity ratio. I mean, you can borrow more, but your debt equity ratio needs to stay constant. And that's equal to a similar definition, but with ROE times B divided by let's calculate some numbers using published financial statements. Let's see, sec.gov. Today, company filings, and I'm going to get, let's see, Moderna. Let's get the 10Ks. I'm gonna get to 10K. By the way, these do not mean that firms are going to grow that rate. That assumes that things are going to remain the same. Okay, let's see. So for Moderna, ticker mRNA, short for messenger RNA. mRNA, I think, is going to be the growth engine in biotech over the next 20 years. And AI is going to be the other part. But, you know, that's my bias. Because my kid is doing AI kind of stuff. Let's get some of their numbers. Balance sheets. Actually, we can calculate them here. Since I'm gonna need certain things, I'm gonna I'm gonna need net income, sales, dividends. Okay. Statement, they call it statement of operations. Net income, where art thou? Right here. These are shares in millions? What the hell is that? Oh, shares in millions. Otherwise, it's in US dollars. So I'm gonna divide those by 1 million. Okay. Sales, total revenue, dividends. I don't think they have any, but it would be under statement of cash flows. I know they didn't pay any dividends, but yeah, it would have been here. It's not. Okay.